Welcome, everybody. It's the Radio Surgery Show with Dr. Gil Liederman, MD, New York's only Harvard-trained, triple board-certified radiation oncologist who brings you the latest cancer treatment news, interviewing world-renowned cancer experts, delving to special cases, and, of course, answering your questions. I'm Rob Redstone, broadcasting from the WOR studios in the heart of New York City. And now, please welcome Dr. Liederman.
Hi, it's Dr. Liederman from Radio Surgery New York. Hope you're all well and ready to listen to some interesting stories about our cases, about medical news, and medical knowledge. Hopefully that will make you a better consumer, a healthier person with healthier friends and family, living longer. That's the purpose of this radio show. This is our fifth radio show this weekend, one of 5 every weekend that are unique shows. I want to start out immediately with something that's very important and close to my heart. Saw a patient just this Friday, a man 60 years old with prostate cancer. Now, he was diagnosed 6 years ago with prostate cancer. He had a Gleason 8 cancer. Gleason was a pathologist. He tried to tell us how aggressive a cancer would be on a scale of 2 to 10. The higher the number, the more serious and aggressive the cancer. This gentleman had a Gleason 8, so very, very aggressive. And for 5 years, he didn't choose any treatment. Last year, he came to me, at which time his PSA was 11, his Gleason was 8. I told him of the seriousness of the condition, and he said he'd get back to me. And he did get back to me. He got back to me this week. So what happened to him after being seen and told how serious the case was? What did he do? He doubled down on vitamins, herbs, antioxidants, thinking it was going to help him. And what happened? His PSA doubled to more than 20. So he got worse. The pharmaceutical industry, actually the vitamin industry, got their money from this unsuspecting patient. He's in more trouble. His cancer doubled his PSA doubled in 6 months. We sent him for repeat staging, so I sent him for repeat staging to see if the cancer has left his prostate. Last November when I first saw him, it had not, but that was when his PSA was 11. So he's in trouble, and he knows it. He wants to be treated now. And it's a warning for every man thinking that this cancer is going to wait for you. Cancer's got its own life, and in general, cancer is trying to take your life. And that's why we urge people to make important decisions about your body. Yes, you're the president of the United States of your body, and you get to choose. But sometimes a bad choice can cost you your life. We hope that's not the case with this gentleman. He's getting restaged. He's coming back in this week, and we'll keep you informed as to what happens to him. And incidentally, the same week, this week, Dr. Oz went to the Senate and was called to task for his language about promoting certain unproven remedies. He was put on the defensive Tuesday. This is an article from Reuters published by Alex Bach before appearing in the United States Senate subcommittee, where he's taken to task for calling a weight loss product a miracle in a bottle. He was also admonished for meddling medical advice, news, and entertainment in a way that harms consumers. He said, contritely, "I recognize that my enthusiastic language has made the problem worse at times." Senator McCaskill said, "I don't get why you need to say all this stuff when you know it's not true." She said, "When you have this amazing megaphone, why would you cheapen your show?" Well, he was called to task, but many people have been hurt, like this patient whose PSA doubled because he falsely believed, in treatment that didn't offer him a solution, but instead prolonged the period until he got treatment. This happens to be a black man, and we know that cancer prostate cancer and breast cancer in the Black community is twice as lethal. There's twice as much mortality in the Black community with prostate cancer and breast cancer, and much of that lethality is due to waiting, not going to the doctor, not getting treatment. So please, if you have a cancer, please consider treatment or come in for a second opinion. Give us a call at 212-CHOICES. We welcome you to come in. As my grandfather would say, sit down, close the door, and stay a while. We'll stay with you, and we'll answer all your questions, and you'll have our cell phone so you can find us if only we can help you. So again, this is Dr. Lederman, the Radio Surgery Hour, and we're talking about all kinds of things. If you have questions, please call us, WOR, 1-800-321-0710. We have Ed and Noah in the controls who are doing a great job, and they're happy to take your calls, and I'm happy to answer your questions. So again, that number direct, we're live, is 1-800-321-0710. I want to speak about another man who came in with prostate cancer as well, kind of grouping the cases today. This man was a 60-year-old Black man also, had a Gleason 7, PSA 5.9, prostate cancer, and he was starting radiation elsewhere, but he decided to come in for a second opinion, even though he had started his radiation elsewhere. He was planning to get a 9-week course of radiation for his cancer. We showed him the data in our booklet, our prostate cancer booklet. And the purpose of this booklet is to show you the likelihood of being cancer-free from various centers, including ours, with various modalities, including proton beam, surgery, standard radiation, and other methods of radiation and brachytherapy. The treatment he was getting would have given him about a 60% chance of being cancer-free, whereas our technology with focused beam treatment in the stereotactic frame and brachytherapy has about a 90% chance. So is it worth coming in to increase your odds from 60% to 90%? I don't think I have to tell you that answer. So again, if you have questions about prostate cancer, we do have a booklet and DVD. We would urge you to take a look at it before you make a decision about treatment options. Before is obviously better than too late. I wanted to speak about another patient tonight, and this is a man, and we seem to have an epidemic right now. I don't think it's because the sun is shining longer than any other day of the year, but we have many people coming in now with squamous cancers, basal cell cancers, Merkel cell cancers, and melanomas of the skin. So radiation is a very effective modality for treatment of skin cancers. The beauty of radiation is it's non-invasive. The beauty of our treatment is we have a long experience over decades. The beauty of our treatment is it's not deforming, unlike surgery, which often causes deformities, especially around the ears, mouth, nose, and eyes. And that's where many, many skin cancers are. This gentleman is coming in with 4 skin cancers on the hand, and we're treating all 4 simultaneously, so he's getting 4 for the price of 1. He's doing great. He started his treatment, and we will report to you about him as this treatment goes on and follow-up continues. And just before we break, I want to speak to you about a woman with rectal cancer. So kind of the opposite end of the body from the brain that we spoke about just a few minutes ago. This was a woman who had surgery for rectal cancer. She then had recurrence of her rectal cancer in the rectum, even though she had standard chemo and radiation there. A year ago, she saw me and she saw a surgeon, and he persuaded that he could safely remove the recurrent cancer. He removed the cancer, but then the cancer came right back in the rectum, right back where it was, and she now has about a 9-centimeter recurrence, which is about the size of a fist, in the rectum, where she was operated on twice, where she had chemo and radiation. She's seen a variety of doctors, and she's decided to proceed with focused beam radiation in the stereotactic frame with us. She'll have 5 treatments. Why 5 versus weeks and weeks of standard radiation? Well, there's radiobiology that shows if you can give more focused treatment more intently to the cancer, it's biologically more effective. So this woman is going through stereotactic body radiosurgery with us. She'll have 5 treatments once a week, and then we'll monitor her with cancer markers like CEA and PET scans to hopefully watch the shrinkage and hopefully disappearance of her cancer. She has no other metastasis. She has been worked up. This is the only site of disease. So again, we wish her well and hope for successful outcome. My name is Dr. Lederman. If you have questions, please call us either at the WOR studio, which is 1-800-321-0710, or during the week you can call us at 212-CHOICES, which is 212-246-4237. Again, we will try to answer your questions, but best is to come in and meet the doctor and stay a while and get your answers and maybe testing and maybe treatment if that's what you wish and that's what you need. So we accept most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid. Our goal is to provide information for you so you can make decisions about your health and your well-being. We're going to stop for just a moment to hear a few new voices about radiosurgery, and then we'll be right back.
For cancer treatment, most prefer effective, non-invasive, well-tolerated outpatient therapy. With Dr. Lederman, the radiosurgery pioneer, that's our goal too. He's first in America, first in New York, first for you with body radiosurgery. We hit your cancer with no cutting, no bleeding. Dr. Lederman has decades of experience with primary and metastatic large or small cancers from head to toe. Cancer treatment with possibly a second chance for you, even if chemo, radiation, or surgery didn't work or isn't tolerated. Our goals are best results and quality of life. Meet Dr. Lederman to hit the cancer. For a free booklet DVD, call 212-CHOICES, 212-CHOICES for a fresh second opinion. Most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid, accepted. Not only super convenient, super. Broadway and 38th in Manhattan. To hit your cancer, see Dr. Lederman, 212-CHOICES.
With Dr. Lederman, the best prostate cancer treatment is custom tailored for you. Each man with prostate cancer is unique and seeks the best results based upon PSA, Gleason score, and stage. That's why Dr. Lederman's custom tailored prostate cancer treatment is most logical. Not every man should get the same treatment. Dr. Lederman's custom prostate cancer treatment is all outpatient. Our goals are your best results, avoiding radical surgery, maintaining your sexual and urinary function, and your life. Most insurances, Medicare and Medicaid accepted. Call Dr. Lederman at 212-CHOICES, 212-CHOICES for a fresh second opinion and free booklet DVD. Not only super convenient, super in Manhattan, 38th and Broadway. To hit the cancer, call Dr. Lederman, 212-CHOICES. Cherish your life. Custom prostate cancer treatment with Dr. Lederman, 212-CHOICES.
Welcome back to the Radio Surgery Hour. This is Rob Redstone here with Dr. Gil Lederman at the WOR Studios in the heart of New York City. We're just a few steps from the Radio Surgery New York Cancer Treatment Center on Broadway and 38th Street. Dr. Lederman, the leading cancer expert, treats prostate cancer non-invasively. He was the first in New York with fractionated brain radiosurgery, and he's the first in America and in the Western Hemisphere with body radiosurgery. You can also call Dr. Lederman at 212-CHOICES for a free informative booklet and DVD. Hey, Dr. Lederman, we're back.
We're back. It's Dr. Lederman, Radio Surgery Hour, taking your calls and talking about cases and news. So if you have questions, please feel free to call us. The next patient I want to talk about is an 80-year-old Hispanic woman. She came in just diagnosed 2 weeks ago with esophageal cancer. The esophagus is a tube between the mouth and the stomach. People often with esophageal cancer have early signs of blockage of the esophagus, so the food doesn't go down. The cancer can actually block or totally obstruct the esophagus. So in this case, this patient has had great difficulty eating. She's lost about 30 pounds over a very short period of time. She went to a hospital elsewhere. She had a biopsy and staging. She was found to have esophageal cancer with metastasis to the liver. She was offered standard treatment elsewhere, which would have been chemotherapy. She just didn't want chemotherapy. She didn't think it was in her interest. She was told it wouldn't offer her much extension of life. She came to us. Friends of hers, actually her cousin, was treated with a gastric cancer who had liver metastasis more than a year ago with radiosurgery and is in complete remission. So she has a favorable, personable knowledge of us, and she wishes to have our treatment for both the esophagus and for liver metastasis. So again, all our patients have all the options, and her choice is to proceed with radiosurgery, which is just 5 treatments to the esophagus, and then 5 to the liver, and then we'll restage her with cancer markers and PET scans. Our treatment is carried out in a stereotactic frame. It's outpatient. Patients walk in, get a treatment, 15 minutes later, get up and walk out the door and go shopping or go to lunch or go home, wherever they want, but not to sleep in a hospital. They have their treatment and go home where we think it's safer, better, and more warming for your heart, soul, and body to be home and not in a hospital. And interesting, we had a man who came in, 73 years old, who I treated for prostate cancer in 1992, 22 years ago this week. I treated him then with radiation and brachytherapy, similar to our program today. He's doing great. He works for the U.S. government at the airports, checks your passport when you come in. He's doing well, and we're going to work him up, stage him up, get blood tests to make sure he stays in good shape for the rest of his life. There was an article about mammography, actually several articles about mammography this week. There's a controversy about mammography. There was a recent study from Canada suggesting mammography doesn't save lives. And now there's a new study from Norway that looked at all Norwegian women aged 50 to 79, evaluated between 1986 and 2006 at a national screening program. Scientists use this model to estimate breast cancer deaths in women who got mammograms as part of a government-funded program. About 76% of women who were offered a mammogram actually got it. The researchers estimated that there were 368 women given a chance to have mammogram to prevent one death, and that mammography has reduced the risk of dying from breast cancer by 28%. So Dr. Vars Latin of Norwegian Hospital said mammograms do provide benefit. Sometimes this screening is picking up lesions that are other than cancer, but there's a 28% reduction in death rate from breast cancer in women who are screened in Norway. There's some controversy, of course. In America, women are urged from age 40 on to have mammography, and in Western Europe, from age 50 to 70. So the American Cancer Society recommends mammograms annually from age 40 up. U.S. government-appointed task force recommended at age 50, and we all know women who were